Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is having a good day so far and enjoying your evening. Today, we're going to touch on the theme of having nothing to lose and everything to gain. When we think about it, most of us are always, or many times, living in a state of subconscious panic. And it might feel like a knot in the stomach or tightness in the lower back or just this impending feeling of what's coming around the corner. Um, and these are states that we've almost kind of gotten used to in a way because it's so prevalent. And when we think about it, if there was a way to let those feelings go, to let those experiences go, most of us would wish to do whatever it took to do that because it is such a heavy, heavy burden to carry. So tonight, let's think about what creates that feeling in the first place. Most of the time, our focus is outside in the outer world. And we know that as non physical beings, the soul can't really own anything in this physical world. Even this body that we are using is just a temporary costume that the soul is using for a short period of time, but will have to return to the earth at some point. We can't take it with us. As well as the body, any of the possessions that we have that are physical, if we can't own the body, how can we say we own the home or the car that we live in, the car that we use or the home that we live in, or any of the objects in them, or any of the objects we use for the body? All of these things are temporary if the body is temporary. And what about relationships? We sometimes act and feel as if we own the people in our lives, like our children or our spouses or our parents. But they too are souls on journey and they're going to be with us for some time. And sometimes because they are with us for longer periods, we think they will always be with us. But the fact is that they too will at some point separate and will be continuing the journey, maybe in a different way, in a different place. So once we realize that these are really illusions of owning, that we can't really own anything, then that fear of losing also disappears or can disappear if there is that awareness. So, what do we gain by understanding deeply this truth? We gain on the other side what is truly ours, what is permanently and always eternally with us. And that is what we've lost touch with because we've spent so much energy and time on these outer factors, the physical factors that we don't have control over, that we think we can hold on to. So when we take the time to realize that only thing that belongs to us eternally is ourselves, the soul that we are. And this soul holds the experience of freedom once it becomes aware that there is nothing to lose, that all the fears and anxieties and worries that are wrapped around holding on to things, they disappear, and there's an experience of freedom. There's an experience of beauty, of that innocence of knowing that no one can harm the real self, the soul. That wisdom of this knowledge brings that freedom to be innocent. The fullness that comes from understanding that the soul lacks nothing and doesn't need anything from the physical world, that these things that we are having temporary relationships with are all extra experiences. They're like gifts. And even the people in our lives, to appreciate each moment that we have, that time together, can be a great way to cherish, but not depend on those relationships. And this awareness brings forth like the experience of that feeling of benevolence, wanting every soul to be able to experience this and hold this truth for themselves. And what a beautiful world and life it would be if we could all hold this together. So for our meditation this evening, let's take a moment and just come into this awareness of the truth of who we are, these spiritual beings on a journey that already have everything they need, and they are overflowing with experiences of peace, of freedom, independence, because they exist in and of themselves. And that beauty radiates naturally from the soul. Of its own innocence, as well as that of others. And there's nothing that one needs to grab for or be greedy for when everything is already there. Just a matter of time to connect and experience deeply these truths that we all hold. And what a beautiful life to share with others when holding this experience. There's nothing to lose and everything to gain by coming into this true awareness. This brilliant living being that is immortal, eternal, completely self-sufficient. And whatever activities and actions we're involved with. Have fun, keeping it light, keeping it like a game. It's a temporary entertainment. Even if it's solving something or dealing with the situation, see the lightness as we go through and enjoy the journey. So, as we wind down for the evening, keeping this contrast, the two ways we can live in this world and making a conscious choice for ourselves. Enjoy your evening. Have a good night.